Hello guys, you're welcome to mathskeypoints. We shall be treating indirect or inverse variation part 1. Don't forget, this is the channel for the solution to O-level mathematics exam questions, especially for WAEC, NECO and JAM. Let's go straight in. Okay, so what is indirect or inverse variation? Don't be confused when you come across these two words, they mean the same thing. Now, this is simply the type of relationship that exists between two quantities of variables, such that an increase in one of them leads to a decrease of the other and vice versa. Now, if we say A varies inversely as B, this can be expressed as A varies as 1 over B. Now, solving further, we have that A is equal to K times 1 over B. If you go further, we have that A is equal to K divided by what? B. Remember, this is the constant of proportionality, this K here. And you always solve for it first before you proceed with the question. Just to remind you that this expression here, A varies as 1 over B, means if A increases, B will do what? Decrease. Or if A decreases, B will in turn do what? Increase. Now let's go further to solve problems in inverse variation. So question 1, y is inversely proportional to x and y is equal to 4 when x is equal to 1 over 2. Find x when y is equal to 10. Whenever you come across equation like this, you already know that it falls under inverse variation because of this expression here, inverse proportion. So let's go further. The solution, it simply means y varies as what? 1 over x. Now if you go further, you find that y is equal to k times 1 over x, which is equal to k divided by x. Now the equation says y is equal to 4 and x is equal to 1 over 2. So wherever we see the variables, we have to put the numbers. Now from here, we have that 4 is equal to k divided by 1 over 2, which is equal to k times 2 over 1, because we are taking this upwards. The numerator becomes what? The denominator. And the denominator becomes what? The numerator. Solving further, we have k times 2 over 1. This k also means k over 1. So k times 2 gives you what? K2. 1 times 1 gives you 1. So we don't always write that 1. So 4 is equal to K2. Going further, if 4 is equal to K2, we want K to be alone. What do we do? 2 is attached to K. So we divide both sides by what? 2. Dividing both sides by 2 gives us our K as equal to what? 2. How? 4 divided by 2 is equal to K2 divided by 2. These 2 will do what? Cancel out. And 4 divided by 2 gives you what? 2. But we know that y is equal to k divided by x from this expression here. The equation says find x when y is equal to 10. Now, it simply means 10 is equal to 2 divided by x because k is equal to 2 from here. Now, we want to cross multiply. This 10 also means 10 divided by 1. So cross multiplying, we have that 10 times x is equal to 2 times 1. Of course, 2 times 1 still remains 2. Now, but we want x to be alone. 10 is attached to x. What do? We divide both sides by what? 10. Dividing both sides by 10 gives us x as equal to 2 over 10. Looking at this equation, it can be divided what? Further. Dividing both sides again by 2, we have that x is equal to 1 over 5. So that is the answer. Now let's take the last question for the part 1. Question 2 says, if P is indirectly proportional to the square of Q and P is equal to 12 when Q is equal to 3, find A, the equation connecting P and Q, and also find B, P, when Q is equal to 24. Now, like I told you, if you see inversely or indirectly, they mean the same thing. So let's go to the equation and solve it. It says P is indirectly proportional to what? The square of Q. Now, that is 1 over Q squared. Now, if you go further, we have that P is equal to K times 1 over Q squared, which is equal to K divided by Q squared. Now, they say find the equation connecting P and Q. Now, if you go further, they said P is 12 when Q is what? 3. Now we have to solve for what? The constant of proportionality, as I told you earlier. Now, when you insert the figures, we have that 12 is equal to K divided by 3 squared, which is equal to K divided by what? 9, because 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. Now, when you cross multiply, we have that K is equal to 12 times 9, which is 108. So now we have gotten the constant of proportionality. Now we have to go further to look for what? The equation connecting P and Q. But we know that P is equal to K divided by Q squared. Now, to answer the first one, they say find A, the equation connecting P and Q. It simply means P is equal to 108 divided by Q squared, because our K has been replaced by 108. So this is the answer for question A. So let's go further to solve for question B. Question B says that we should find P when Q is equal to what? 24. What does it mean? We already know that P is equal to what? 108 divided by Q squared. And we are asked to look for P. So this is very easy to solve. Now, P is equal to what? 108 divided by what? 24 squared, because our Q was given as what? 24. Now, if you solve further, we have that P is equal to 108 divided by 24 times 24. Because 24 squared means 24 times 24. Please take note of that. Now, solving further gives our P as equal to 108 divided by what? 576. Because 24 times 24 is equal to 576. Now, this equation can be divided further. Now, divide all through by 6. You have an expression, and you divide again by 6. You have the final expression as P equal to 3 over 16. Or you can just divide directly by 36, and you still have the same answer as P equal to what? 3 over 16. So that answers our question. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share with your friends, and also hit the notification button so whenever we upload new videos, you will be notified.